Hey everyone, it's me, Carbundance, and welcome back to another What I Eat in 365 Days. And this was last year when I was not in real recovery yet. So I'm going to try a new thing today actually. Stay tuned until we're going quickly through the pictures of what I ate 1 year ago, and you are going to see that I was challenging something new on that day. And then directly after that, just some short impression of what I ate a week ago, and then I'm going to actually go into something like a little bit topic, like just some comments on a video that I saw from Healthy Emmy this time. Just my thoughts, what it would have done with me when I had seen that 1 year ago, or even the years before. So yes, so it's not like anything against her. Okay, so stay tuned for that and let me know if you like these videos. Okay, let's go into it. This is a snack like with peanut butter, but super small amount of peanut butter. Like now I'm eating the peanut butter with a spoon out of the jar if I just feel like it. It's just like so rationed out and so proportioned out, I mean. So again, I actually would have mentally wanted a Mr. Tom bar, like a peanut bar, a candy bar, a chocolate bar, just anything but that kind of voluminous snack. I actually had, because it didn't satisfy me, and I allowed myself to admit that, I had some of the bread and more than this piece. Yeah, okay, but also not as much as I actually wanted. But we also have to see, I actually challenged putting margarine on that, because who wants dry bread? Like seriously, I love bread, but if you're not putting any kind of fat on it, like what are you doing? Why would you do that if you were not afraid of calories or weight gain or whatever, or did not have an eating disorder? It's like, you would not want to do that. Be honest to yourself. I mean, I love everything just carbs. I love the taste of it, but if you put fats in it, it's even better. Let's be honest, right? And so, okay, we're going into one impression of what I ate a week ago. These are just, one example, just one impression. I just don't feel like sharing everything, because it seems like whatever I post, anyone will kind of have something against it, be it too healthy or too unhealthy, or I don't know. Here I had pasta and some veggies and avocado.
Was genau? Hallo, es funktioniert nicht so, wie ich mir vorstelle. Ich habe gedacht, dass man einfach die Avocado da drunter mischt und dann in die Mikrowelle. Aber das ist ja dumm, weil das schmeckt ja eklig, ne? Wenn man die mikrowelliert.
Yes, who knows this? I mean, if you heat avocado, it's disgusting. It kind of tastes rotten, and so I didn't know, like I had this idea of the avocado as sauce, but it just didn't work out. You see, my plate is bigger than David's, and I have no problem whatsoever with that anymore. It's like, I don't even compare anymore. I just wanted to mention that now, because it would have so much triggered me 1 year ago. We were watching Joko and Klaas.
Ihr habt zum Lösen dieser 5 Aufgaben insgesamt nur 50 Drittel zur Verfügung. Das heißt, ihr könnt euch bei jeder Aufgabe entscheiden, wer sie macht.
Okay, so something you're going to see next are pictures of Healthy Emmy's hands. And this is just, I know that she has circulation problems. You can clearly see that in some of her videos. And they look similar to mine, even a little bit more swollen. I mean, this is really nothing against her. I am just wanting to point it out to some of you guys who are trying to make sense of their symptoms. this content is something that would have helped me when I had seen it years ago, or even 1 year ago when I had my swollen fingers and the itchy fingers and the circulation problems.
So you may have seen that one of the things that I purchased at the grocery store were these gorgeous strawberries. Yes, my dad asked me to make ice cream sandwiches tonight, and I am going to, for my dessert, have a beautiful pint of strawberries.
Okay, so I am seeing a problem here because what you're going to see is I'm going to comment on the fact that she likes to justify that she is always eating something different than anyone else, unless it's like once a year she's going to have, you know, a dessert or something. But she's very strongly trying to justify why she's always preferring healthier whole foods over, like, why she's always preferring that and why she's always choosing that, and trying to justify that that is not restriction and it is intuitive, and it's basically things that I used to do myself even 1 year ago. And so let's get into it.
I'm not against having special foods on special occasions. I will have special foods on special occasions.
Okay, so she will have foods on special occasions. I used to say this as well. Well, but on those special occasions, are you being afraid of these foods? Are you nervous about it? Are you anxious about it? Only you yourself know. And I'm not talking to Healthy Emmy here. I'm actually talking to you. Like, I make these videos. It's not a reaction video. It's not for her to see. It's for you guys to see. It's in all pure love that I make this kind of response. And so I want you guys to look at why you're having special foods only on special occasions. It's like, why is it? Actually, it's pretty much because you're thinking that these foods are not optimal for you and you have some kind of fear of it. It's you might not deem them as healthy enough, not deem them as, you know, as whole food enough. And so what's holding you back? Why? Like, every occasion, every moment is a special occasion. It's just something, it's a recovery trap that many people fall into, to just save the fear of foods for those social special occasions. And I did that for far too long. So that's why I'm making this as a topic here.
I open myself to the opportunity of it if I would like to, and then I decide on the day and how I'm feeling physically and the other things that I have coming up, whether or not I want to take that opportunity that I've offered myself. So I offer myself the food on these special occasions. I'm offering myself an ice cream sandwich tonight if I want one, but I've made the decision that I don't think I want to have that tonight. I would rather have these strawberries.
Okay, so no offense here, really no offense. I just want to focus on the possibility that these might be thoughts that are coming from a restrictive eating disorder. Not saying that is the case in her case, just saying that for many of her viewers, this might be the case, or for many of my viewers. So these are questions that I had to ask myself. Why are you not feeling quote unquote like the ice cream sandwich that everyone else is having? Why are you feeling like strawberries? Well, yes, I get it. Your brain is running on that conviction that strawberries are so much better for you, and it is running on that survival mechanism of eating as little as possible and moving as much as possible. That makes it gives it kind of a kick. So of course, in your eating disorder, you're always going to feel like, well, I just feel much more like the strawberries. And in many cases, that is totally right and totally the motivation behind it. But so why are you feeling like strawberries? It's not only because you like the taste. I mean, come on, strawberries. And if it's just adding cocoa whip or coconut milk to strawberries, like, they taste much better when you add that stuff. And like even in that special occasion, occasion she is not feeling, quote unquote, like the ice cream sandwiches. And like, I'm just saying that we always have to consider that there might be a fear speaking out of ourselves when we don't feel like something. Like, we might, your real self might feel like it so much, your mental hunger wants it so much, but it's not allowing you to feel this way, and you kind of can justify, the eating disorder can come in and justify, well, you're not feeling like this, so it's totally fine to not have this. Also, before she's saying, you know, she's been getting into herself, like being mindful, thinking a lot about, do I feel like this, do I not? And it's like, I think people with eating disorders, and especially me in the past, I used to overthink things, and especially everything that had to do with food. I used to overthink it and trying to be too mindful about it, trying to think like, do I feel like it or not? I was actively trying to kind of get a grip of intuition. But I'll tell you something, you cannot really get a grip of intuition, of true intuition, as long as you're still in an energy deficit. You have to be extreme and radical. It's not going to feel normal, and it's not going to be how other normal people who never were in an energy deficit are going to eat. It's so important to keep in mind.
Can you keep an eye on those, Sarah? Thank you. There's something called the forbidden fruit effect. When you say that you can't have something, it makes you want it a billion times more. So I don't say that I can't have these foods. I can have these foods. It's not illegal for me to eat these foods. I get to choose whether or not I want to have them. And I trust myself to make the right decision. I trust that my intuition is going to be the right decision in that moment. A lot of people don't have that trust. So what they do is they make foods off limits, and they say, I don't trust myself around this food, so that food is off limits for me. And then the reverse psychology happens, and then they want the food a million times more. And when people binge, they end up binging on things that they don't even like because of this. So what you want to do is the exact opposite of what you think you should do. You think that you should completely restrict yourself from these foods. In actuality, what you should do is grant yourself allowance on these foods and make the decision for you to eat them based on your own intuition. Trust yourself around these foods more than you do the rules and the regulations. That's what I work on with my clients, is rebuilding trust with yourself that you're going to make the right decision.
Okay, that's great and all, like, you know, in general. I mean, she's saying really wise words here, but what if your intuition, and what if your trust intuition always results into only ever choosing the healthy food? I'm just saying that this can be an eating disorder and mentaled, covered, disguised in being so intuitive and so balanced and so in tune with yourself that you don't even want all of those unhealthy foods, right? I'm just saying it can be, it's a possibility, and only oneself can ever know. It can be the eating disorder in disguise, saying, well, you don't even want those fear foods. They're actually, like, you will feel so much worse after it. Well, why do you feel worse after it? Because you are afraid of them. You feel as if they are a threat to you. Your brain considers them a threat to your survival. And my whole book is going to be about that. It's Tabitha Farah's book that I'm translating into German now, and I actually have a video on that. Like, I search my channel for I feel unwell, or like for unwell, and you will get to that video. Unwell, it's about being unwell after processed fear foods. And so do you see where I'm coming from? And I am not the one to be able to even judge, and I don't want to judge if she is kind of using it as a justification, as an excuse, that she says, well, she's offering it, totally openly offering her all the foods of the world. I believe her that she's doing that. I used to do that as well. And then my eating disorder came in and said, well, but no, we don't want them. Like, genuinely, we just do not want them. And then I didn't even question, like, why do I not want them? I just accepted it, and I was like, well, yes, so this is the right thing to do. I only eat healthy food. Just saying that what was the case in my case could be the case for many other people, not you know, not in the situation to actually judge about what is the case in her case. Genuinely just saying.
The one food that I am completely non-negotiable about is animal products. It's an ethical thing, so.
And this is exactly where the video just cuts and she talks about something completely different. And so I was in that situation for a long time, as you guys know. Just animal products used to be completely off limits. And you can just say, well, it's purely for ethical reasons, and that's it. Then that topic is done and dusted. We're not discussing about it, period. And I just, again, want you to question, like, is this the only motivation behind it? Or is it accompanied by a motivation that comes from your eating disorder? I just want you guys to know with this video, I want you to see that it's very easy for the eating disorder to just disguise as anything, as anything, and then in your eyes, for your brain, it will just look so like the only right thing to do. Of course you're only eating vegan. Of course animal products are off limits. Of course everything you say and justify to yourself, it just sounds so logical, and it just is aligned with all of the fears you have due to your eating disorder, that you're just not going to question it. You're just going to keep doing this, and it's just, especially in front of others, when you're explaining it to others, it's so easy to justify. It's like, well, of course, you know, it's just not a thing, period. It's an ethical thing, so don't discuss about it with me. Don't even try. Okay, that's the point of this video. I want you guys to shed a light, to shine a light on these kind of excuses and justifications. Not, you know, you are the only one, and also Healthy Emmy is the only one to know, is it only the right motivation behind it, the motivation of freedom and, you know, being gentle and intuitive. I mean, I think that's it's her intention to be all of this, but just my opinion now, as long as there's also an eating disorder having a say in all of these decisions, and also the eating disorder that is it is also part of the motivation behind it, no matter how much right motivation is behind it and how much ethical motivation is behind it, no matter how lovely it sounds while you're making these decisions of only eating healthy foods, I think that's a no-go. I don't think you can recover keeping on doing what you've been doing this way. I think you have to go against these wrong eating disordered motivations by doing the complete opposite of your fears until you have rewired them, and then we can talk again. But you know, I've been trying to recover for 18 years, justifying all of these things. It's very similar to what she's saying here, and so it didn't get me anywhere. I was mentally very unwell, very disordered, very sick, and it didn't allow me to recover, no matter how healthy and how many calories I ate. Okay, I hope this video helped. I hope you got it the right way, and okay, I will see you next video. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up and let me know your comments and criticisms below. Bye.